What is up, everybody? Welcome to the recap for UFC Vegas 30. And yeah, it was a really good card. Can't wait to talk about it. Had a pretty good night betting. We'll cover all the bets and all that. But yeah, the card as a whole, I thought it was pretty good. So hopefully you all did very well. I see you guys in the chat. Pineda's chin is not human. No, the guy is very tough. A fight we'll talk about as well. A fight with a very unfortunate ending. Another eye poke that ends in a no contest, which sucks. But yeah, that was a good fight for as long as it did last. Cash big time. Thanks, Brady, my boy. Appreciate that. I'm glad you cashed, man. Valiev has pillow hands and a glass chin, but man's volume and cardio is on point. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, the cardio and the volume was huge, especially in that fight for sure. Gon was a solid bet. Had some very good movement. Yep, very good movement. Gon got the job done. Cashed out on several bets. I had two bets which didn't do well, but pretty good day. I had overall in betting. I didn't add in Valiev and DK was very difficult. Yeah, Valiev was actually on the optimal lineup with only 62 DraftKings points. 62. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about that fight as well. Thanks again, Brady, for some suggestions on the betting wise. There you go. No problem, man. Glad you did well. Brady Unders has cashed big 2 times in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, maybe hit some more for UFC 264 coming up. There's some that's sticking out as well. But yeah, it was a good violence night for sure. Good morning to you as well. It's evening here for me, but good morning to you. 600 on Gone Cash. A good night. There you go. Shavkat was an easy lock. Yes, he was. I rode with you on Volkov by decision, but didn't really see it happening. Gone is a beast. Well, yes, he is. So I did break even on that fight. I did bet Volkov, and then I also did bet the fight goes the distance. So broke even. Fair enough. Gone got it done. It looked good. But we'll talk about more of that fight as well. Bringing on point with the violence lately. Yes, sir. I bet Kennedy, but I thought it was a terrible stoppage. What's your thoughts? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Very weird fight, to say the least. Appreciate that. But yeah, we'll go. We'll get right into it. We'll get right into it here. We'll start with the first fight. We'll talk some stats. We'll talk some decisions as well. I know there were some controversial decisions. We'll talk about all of those, and we'll start with the first fight of the night, which was Damir Hadzovic and Yancy Medeiros. And yeah, this was my pick for fight of the night here. I thought it was the most exciting fight on the entire card. And man, I had the under 2.5 in this fight. I bet it at plus 145, and honestly, I'd bet it again. I mean, these guys were throwing bombs at each other. I think Hadzovic, I want to go get the exact stats, but Hadzovic landed a ton of strikes, but Medeiros just would not go down. 121 significant strikes for Damir Hadzovic, and he hurt Medeiros a couple times in that fight. There was one point where the ref was looking very close in that third round, because Damir was just destroying him on the feet, it looked like. So Hadzovic wins. It was a very, very sketchy round, especially if you were a Hadzovic bettor. Medeiros had a choke that looked locked in. I thought he was going to submit Damir. But yeah, the fight goes the distance, which definitely surprised me, especially with the way they were fighting and the way Damir was fighting as well. So yeah, I picked Damir Hadzovic. I did think he was going to knock out Yancy, but no, Yancy's chin definitely did hold up. But overall, it's a very, very good fight. Very good fight. We'll take a look at the decisions here. I thought it was, pretty clear, 29-28 for me. A lot of people were talking about potential, 10-8 round in the third. Definitely disagree there. But yeah, one person had it a draw, but most people, 29-28 for Hadzovic, I do think is the correct scorecard. But yeah, great fight. Great fight to open up the card. The violence bet did not hit, but I think it was a good bet. Plus 145, just would not go down. Would not go down. But started off the night down a unit, but it's all good. It's all good. Did not really hate that bet at all. I thought it was a good read. Just neither guy would fall. Neither guy would fall. But it was a war. It was fun, and I liked it for sure. Yancy's chin was insane in this fight. Guy was so tough. Yes, very, very tough. He took some absolute bombs, man. The first fight was so wild. Medeiros almost had him late. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, the chin was insane. He was hurt like multiple times, but yeah, he just wouldn't go down. What is up, Jack Attack? Another 6-6 night for me. I'm tired of betting this underdogs that don't show up. Yep, I don't think any underdogs, maybe like 2 underdogs won, I think. Yeah, 2 underdogs. I think it was Valiev and Wells were the 2 dogs that did win. Lots of favorites won. Yancy did not have a chance. He almost did. He almost had a chance in that third round. About time Bozer gets a finish. Yeah, 100%. Finally. I missed that violence prop, but it wasn't like they didn't try. They certainly did try. They certainly did try. Was not mad about that read at all. I'm not sure how he's so ripped. What is up, Rogue? Hopefully you did well. Hope you did well in your bets last night. All right, so we'll get to the next fight. And again, I had another violence bet. You kind of always have to bet the violence in a Justin James fight. This was the first time in the UFC where he did go to decision. And yeah, I mean, weird fight, very weird fight. We'll pull up the stats. I do agree with the scorecard of 29-28, but going into the stats here, and Charles Rosa, 51 significant strikes compared to James 44. That first round, Rosa does outland James 35-19. James was probably landing the harder shots, but Rosa was just out volleying him. I think it was a clear round one for Rosa there. And then he also had a takedown as well. And then round two, Rosa does get about a minute and 21 seconds of control time, and he only lands 3 significant strikes. Justin James lands 6. And then the third round, which was very, very frustrating because, man, Justin James hurt Rosa bad. He hurt him bad. And then he does, man, he goes for a takedown. Like, what? Like, that makes no sense. You have him hurt. You go for a take. You're not submitting Charles Rosa, a legit black belt who, Bryce Mitchell couldn't submit, who Derek Minner couldn't submit. You're not submitting, Charles Rosa, especially Justin James. He's not doing it. 0% chance. And he goes for a takedown instead of just, unleashing bombs on the feet when Rosa was clearly hurt bad. So, yeah, I mean, I picked Rosa to win. I did bet the violence in that fight. Again, did not work out. So another lost bet. I also did sprinkle the Justin James by first round knockout. I thought if he was going to win, it'd be in that first round, but it looked like round 3 was his best round there. But yeah, I mean, frustrating because I was rooting for Justin James. The dude put his whole purse on himself. I hopefully didn't do that, but that was the rumor, that was the narrative going into it. So kind of did want to root for Justin James, but man, that was the last thing you should have done, is go for a takedown in that spot. That was the last thing. I mean, yeah, he won the round with it, but man, you needed to finish. You're clearly down 2 rounds. So that was frustrating. That was very frustrating, and I was very surprised to see that fight go to the scorecards. So we'll take a look at the media scorecards. So yeah, 30-27 from Bird, 30-27 all 3 rounds for Rosa. And then we have 29-28 and then a 29-28 for James. So one of the judges actually gave round 1 to James, which, yeah, it makes no sense. Makes no sense there. He got outlanded by a ton. Maybe the harder shots, but man, he got outlanded. Yeah, I think 29-28 was the correct scorecard. Rosa clear. I don't really think it's that debatable. But yeah, we had some 29-28 for James. So first round was close, but I do think it was a clear Rosa round there. But good fight. I thought it was fun. That was another good fight on the card. And yeah, and I enjoyed it. I was rooting for James, but the fight IQ was just not there. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if the UFC is going to cut him now. I think that's 0-4 in his last 4 fights, 1-5 in the UFC. Yeah, it is. It is really sad. Hopefully, he didn't do that. Hopefully, he did not do that. Hopefully, he just made it up. Bird scoring the third round, 10-9 Rosa, is literally the funniest thing that's ever happened. Yeah, the judges' scorecards were off last night, indeed. And we'll talk about more of that later in this card goes. But yeah, makes no sense. I mean, James clearly hurt him, took him down, almost submitted him. I knew he was not going to submit him, but almost, had him in danger. James' fight was a toss-up, could have gone either way. I agree. We may see James at McDonald's. I hope not. I like the guy. The guy's fun. You got to think the UFC might keep him around just based off of he's in a lot of fun fights, but 4-fight skid's not good. James risked his mortgage, car payments, and insurance on himself if not being mediocre. Bad read. His wife should have hedged out. Yeah, not good. Not good. You gotta feel for the guy, but then again, why would he do that? I swear some of these fighters are paid off. Same thing happened in the Izzy Gastelum fight. Gastelum had Izzy. Yeah, I hate when that happens. They have him hurt, and then they go for a takedown. It happens like every other card. Somebody's very, very hurt, and instead of trying to knock him out, they go for a takedown, which I don't know. I just don't get it. What's up, 2 cents? Hopefully you did well on your bets and picks. Fun card last night. Yeah, very questionable performance indeed. James sucked. Yeah, probably not UFC caliber, but man, the guy is fun to watch. The guy is very fun to watch. We have the GOAT in the chat. What's up, Tajik? Tajik Bay. I hope everyone enjoyed Wells' free money. Yep, Wells got it done. We'll talk about that as well. I scored the third 10-8 for James, and Bird scored a 10-9 Rosa. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Yeah, I think both those were really bad scores. Really bad scores. We got Vince in the chat. What's up, Vince? How you doing? All right, so we'll get to the next fight. So far, I'm 2-0 on predictions, 0-3 on bets. But again, I have a ton of bets on this card. So next we have Julia Avila going against Julio Stolyarenko. And yeah, so that combination of Avila land, I think it was in the first round, it was beautiful. She like kicked her in the face like 2 times, very clean. Stolyarenko, she's very tough, very durable. She has been knocked out twice, but she was able to take a lot of the shots that Avila landed. So Avila was able to get the takedown in that third round. I was like saying, what are you doing, Avila? That is literally Stolyarenko's only path to victory is getting this down to the mat in any way, shape, or form. And Avila was on top, but Avila does have good grappling herself. She was able to stay out of trouble, and she was able to find a finish herself. So I did take a little 0.25 quarter unit on Avila by KO at plus 300, and she submits her. Giving Stolyarenko her first submission win. So that happened. But yeah, I felt like she could have knocked her out if she wanted to. And again, like she had Stolyarenko hurt in that third round, and then she goes for a takedown and gets a takedown. So that happened. But yeah, Avila won. She looked good. Stolyarenko, I don't think she's UFC caliber at all. So maybe we'll see Julio Stolyarenko back in the UFC again, but I don't know. She's just not great. She's not great. She did show some toughness. I like that. Her striking looked, a little bit improved, but I don't know. Not a good look there. Getting submitted by Julia Avila in that third round, but yeah, she got it done. I think she's the biggest favorite on the card, and yeah, the fight was kind of competitive at moments. Stolyarenko did land some shots. Let's take a look at the stats on that one, because Stolyarenko was having some success that kind of surprised me, especially on the feet. So yeah, I mean, Avila outlanded Stolyarenko only 48-40. That's interesting and significant strikes, of course, 107-60 in total strikes round by round. Avila outlanded Stolyarenko 29-27 in that first round. Avila outlanded her 17-10 in the second, and then 2-3 in the third. Tons of ground strikes. So Avila gets it done. Good win. No, only action on that one was the KO prop that did not hit. She got the submission instead, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. What was Rosa by decision odds-wise? I'm not 100% sure. I had to guess maybe like plus 200, something like that. Julia the Nutter getting it done. Late to cash the fight is a good decision. There you go. Yeah, I feel bad for the people that had under 2.5 because that was a really good look there. And I was honestly tempted on betting the under in that fight as well. That would have hurt. So shout out to you for getting that fight doesn't go. I put the house on Avila live after round 2, minus 350. There you go. I bet this fight by violence either side. I got lucky. Yeah, definitely. Like I was really close to playing the under 2.5. Stolyarenko definitely had moments on the feet. It looked like she hurt Avila a couple times. She did. She hits hard, man. She hits hard. All right. So thanks for hanging out on a Sunday, guys. If you guys can hit the like button, that'd be much appreciated. No card next week, but me and Uncle Weezy are going to be doing some breakdowns throughout the week. Planning on doing a Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor deep dive, and then also a Stephen Thompson versus Gilbert Burns deep dive as well. No stat diggers tonight. We will be back with stat diggers on next Sunday, and we'll be, fully prepared by then, I'm sure. So I'm going to do some tape study tonight for 264. No bets yet. Nothing really sticks out on first look, but after getting the tape, maybe you can find some spots and get in some lines early, which, this week did beat, or last night did beat a ton of line movement. Hopefully you get it again this for UFC 264. All right, so we'll get to the next fight here. And this is where you start hitting some bets. Here. So Martin Prokhin going against Ike Villanueva. And I did pick Ike Villanueva to win. Kind of expected him to, pressure more, get on the inside. I thought he was going to have a lot more success on the inside as well. But no, Prokhin, did look good. And yeah, that body shot, man. That body shot put Ike down, which I was very happy with because I did have the fight does not start round 3 at plus 102. So that hit, that was nice. I did also sprinkle Ike by knockout plus 300 quarter unit on it. So ultimately did, win about 0.75 units just about on that fight. So that was nice. But yeah, Prokhin looked good. He looked really good. 48-32, significant strikes at the ton in that first round. Ike did hit him with some shots early, but Prachnio's chin held up. It looked like he hurt Prachnio early, but again, Prachnio did look good. He got the job done, but ultimately I did need violence in that fight. I like the fight that does not start round 3. I like the under. I even like the fight does not go to decision, which was like minus 180, which is it's crazy to think about. Because I'd be shocked if this fight would have went to a decision, but ultimately it did finish, which was awesome. And Marcin gets it done. So yeah, curious to see who they put Marcin up against next. As far as Ike Villanueva, curious to see who they put him against next as well. I think both guys are, exciting fighters. Don't think they're the best in terms of skill, but I do think they're very exciting fighters. So, and I like betting violence in Ike Villanueva fights as well. So that's always fun. So yeah, Marcin gets it done. Looked a lot better than I expected. I expected Ike to have a little bit more success, but he's able to get it done. Yeah, it was a beautiful body kick as for sure. I got Giles and Maya in my parlay. Best of luck. I was wrong on my pick, me as well. I thought he was going to treat Prachnio like he treated Tina. But Prac treated Ike like Tina did Ike in court and took everything. Okay, there you go. I was shocked at the fight isn't decision line as well. Caught at minus 180. Very, very nice. Good hit there. Yeah, the line was pretty off. So we'll get to the next fight here. And yeah, this one, again, I had violence. I had the fight doesn't go to decision. Minus 140, a unit and a half on it. So I needed this one to finish. And I'll be honest, like earlier in the week, I was very close to picking Jeremiah Wells. I like this guy. I think he's very good. I think he's very well-rounded. There are just so many things going against him. The short notice, the level of competition, huge, massive jump up in competition, and also coming off of a layoff. It was just a lot of things going against the guy. That's kind of why I went with Alves. I went with the experience. I went with the guy that's fought better guys. And I did pick Alves to win by first round finish. But man, did Wells look good. I've kind of talked about it all week. Like if this fight gets out of the first round, live bet Wells because Alves tends to slow down as the fight goes on. But yeah, Wells had a ton of success in that first round. And at that point, I knew the fight was, Wells is going to win the fight at that point. But I was just hoping for a finish. So yeah, he knocks out Worley Alves, which was sweet. That was awesome. I don't know. I wouldn't have bet Wells, but I was really close to picking the guy. BJJ black belt, ton of power. The guy's huge. Great wrestling, just well-rounded. Good cardio as well. Did not really look like he had the best cardio last night because it was on short notice. Did look like he was slowing down after that first, but what a pace he put on in that first round as well. So I do want to take a look at the first round stats there. And Jeremiah Wells outlands Alves outlands Wells 11-10 in that first round. But Wells did have 3 minutes and 29 seconds of control time. So, yeah, Wells gets it done. He was one of the only 2 underdogs last night to win. And there was violence. So really can't complain about it. Glad to see Wells get it done. I think he's great. I think Alves is, at this point, a one-round fighter. A one-round fighter, it looks like. Not a good look. Not a good look at losing to Wells here, but Wells is legit. Curious to see who they match him against next, because I do like this guy. I think he's very good. I killed my parlay. I wound up picking Jeremiah because I thought I might as well. So there you go. After the way Alves dismantled Lizez, I thought no way. He craps the bed like he did against Wells. I picked Alves. Was wrong on that one for sure. But ultimately, I did need a finish. Hit the violence bet with you, man. Got a feel for all those Worley parlay. Hopefully, nobody was parlaying Alves. But yeah, he was throwing heat. Wells did go crazy. He wanted to get that fight done in the first round. Yeah, very happy to hit that bet as well. All right, so keeping it moving. Do I think it was a late stoppage? It was maybe a little bit late, but what can you do? I respect putting Ike in a parlay over trying to put together overpriced faves who have taken the juice. Yeah, I personally don't like parlaying underdogs myself. And personally not a parlay guy myself. Trying to stay away from the parlays. All right, so next we have Shavkat Rakhmonov going against Michel Prazeres, and this was something that I bet about 2 weeks ago, got in really early. Shavkat opened up like -150. I got him at -182. This is my biggest play of the night. 2 units on Shavkat. Honestly, was tempted to potentially max bet him, but I ultimately stayed away because I have seen him taken down quite a few times. But that said, his get up game is very good. His ground game is very good. But seeing him getting taken down kind of scared me off of going a little bit heavier on him in this fight against Prazeres, who, if this was a couple of years ago, I do think it would have been a lot more competitive. But, Prazeres, about 40 years old, coming off of a PED suspension, coming off of a surgery, a layoff, a big size disadvantage, just a ton of things were going against Prazeres. So was able to hit that Shavkat bet pretty comfortably. I thought it was going to be a little bit more competitive, but man, Shavkat's the real deal. Shavkat is definitely the real deal. He's very good. Well-rounded everywhere, 100% finish rate still. He was the first person to finish Michel Prazeres. But yeah, I was shocked, man. I mean, the takedown defense of Rachmanov looked improved, was able to stuff the takedowns of Prazeres. It was awesome. So biggest bet of the night hits. And at this point, I do think I'm up a little bit on the night with a ton more action to go. So doing pretty good. And Shavkat got it done. Was attempted to parlay Shavkat with somebody we'll talk about, Barcelos. Ended up passing on there. Good thing I did. But no parlays for me last night, which, worked out for sure. But yeah, Shavkat would have been a parlay piece if I was to do one. And he got it done. Yeah, kind of wish I would have went more than 2 units, especially at the line I got. But like I said, the takedown defense did scare me a little bit on, going a little bit heavier on it. But yeah, Shavkat got it done. Everybody's lock of the week was able to get it done. That was sweet. Very happy with that. Shavkat, the provider, yep, he did provide some money for sure. Sub Brady, it was dicey early, but we came through after that. Yep, it's kind of like last week. Like last week, it was a terrible start. Ended up really good. Last night, it was a terrible start. Ended up really good. So it's not how about you start. It's how about you finish. Lochmanov, I like that. Yeah, curious to see who they put him against next, man. I think they're going to try to slowly build him up. So we'll see. I don't think he's going to get, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, he's a young guy. I think he's like 20, like 26, something like that, 25. 5'6" Brazilian, was happy to have that belt over. Had nothing for Rachmanov. Yeah, he did not look great in there. Shavkat has taken turds larger than Tractor. Yeah, he has. The size difference was huge. Loved his head kick towards the end of the fight. Really fun to watch. Yeah, that was nice. Khamzat versus Shavkat would be fun. Yeah, that'd be a fun fight. At some point, we need Shavkat versus Chimaev. Hopefully, Chimaev starts to fight soon. I haven't seen him in a while. You showed good bankroll management by not overbetting, so good call even if you did win. Yep, bankroll management is key. Definitely key. Something I do take pride in for sure. Had gone, Shavkat put Ike and the guy that lost to Kennedy, Marquez. We'll talk about that next. But yep, about 70 in here. If you guys can hit the like once again, make sure you subscribe so you not miss out on the content throughout the week. Although there's no card, there's a week off. I'm not taking a week off. I'm going to be getting out some early content. Going to take a deep dive on McGregor Poirier. Cannot wait to get into that fight. Break it down. I mean, Uncle Weezy probably going to go like another 40 minutes talking about it. And then we're going to deep dive on Burns versus Thompson. Again, another fight I can't wait to get into the numbers, get into the stats, the tape. Should be 2 fights that I'm really looking forward to breaking down. So stay tuned for those. Hopefully, maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Those should be out. So look forward to those. All right. So yeah, like at this point, just won 3 bets in a row. Feeling really good. Next we have, oh my goodness, dude. Kennedy and Zekachu going against Danilo Marquez. And yeah, I mean, this fight was terrible. It was weird, but got the job done. So I did have a 1-unit bet on Kennedy and Zekachu at plus 110. This was something I bet about a week and a half ago, and got in on the tape very early on this one. The line stuck out. Everything. You looked good on tape. I mean, the takedown defense looked really good. And the one thing I was concerned about, and I was saying it all week, was he does give up his back when he does stand up. And, I didn't expect Marquez to have that much success taking his back that easily. So, I mean, to kind of break it down, yeah, that first round was a weird round, a very weird round where Marquez had 4 minutes and 55 seconds of control time. 4 minutes and 55 seconds, landed 0 significant strikes, 22 total that had nothing on them. But yeah, 0 significant strikes for both guys in the first round. I don't think that's ever happened, ever. Like, both guys landed 0 significant strikes in a whole round. Like, that got to be the first. Got to be a first. But yeah, I mean, clearly Marquez wins it. A lot of people were calling for a potential 10-8. I'd say no, because he did not do any damage at all. Didn't really look like he was close to getting a submission at any point. I say a clear 10-9, but I guess you can argue with a 10-8 because Kennedy literally did nothing. And he looked like he didn't know what to do. He looked like he had no idea what to do in that spot. He just, looked towards the cage the whole time. He did a good job fighting off the submissions. I'll give him that. But man, you can't just stay there for a whole round. But that's what he did. He loses the round. Next round, I'm thinking, hey, it's round 2. This is what I wanted. I knew that Marquez may have some success in the first, and he did. So I'm thinking, hey, round 2, now it's time to go, Kennedy. This is your time to shine. Marquez is going to slow down. And then the same thing happens. Marquez is able to take him down, get 2.5 minutes of control time. But Kennedy finally is able to work his way back up. And then towards the end of the round, he does land some nice shots. Tough round to score because, again, Marquez did literally nothing in that fight or in that round. And Kennedy did land some nice shots at the end. So I would not argue, a 10-9 Marquez or a 10-9 Kennedy. I probably had it Marquez 2-0, though. I probably had Marquez up 2-0, thinking Kennedy probably needs to finish in the third round. At that point, I don't want to watch anymore. I go take a bathroom break. This fight sucks. So I go to the bathroom, come back, and Kennedy is celebrating a win. I'm like, what happened? What happened? And apparently Kennedy was able to knock this guy out in what was the first minute of that third round. It was the first 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So yeah, I missed it. I was able to see the replay though, and yeah, it looks like he just started unloading on Marquez, and the ref stopped it. Personally, I do disagree a little bit with that stoppage, but Marquez wasn't doing anything. He wasn't fighting back, so it is what it is. But yeah, it was nice to hit that bet. 2 guys I really never want to put my money on again. 2 guys that typically you'll look to fade, but yeah, he got it done. So no complaints there. Hit a nice underdog. Plus 110. Felt very dirty about it, man. Yeah. But he got it done. That's all that matters. But man, that was ugly to say the least. That was very, very ugly. He's probably fought 2 of the scariest BJJ practitioners in the division, and he's barely got double-digit fights. He impressed me weathering the storm. That's what he does. He weathers the storm, and he gets wins. That's the one fight I thought might have been an early stoppage. I kind of thought it was early as well, but hey, I'll take it. Take what you can get. Definitely wasn't a 10-8 in my eyes. Danilo did absolutely nothing. Yeah, exactly. All he did was stall. Even the Cody Durden backpack and Chris Gutierrez fight was more of a 10-8. I agree 100%. Feeling the warmth of a man's groin on the small of your back does not 10 round. Yeah, does not get a 10-8 round. I agree. A fight that scored in damage, that's not a 10-8. I 100% agree. Kennedy needs to get his mind at a different level of intensity. Seems to forget he's fighting. Yeah, sometimes he does, man. But he's tough. He's durable. He has cardio. And those things go a long, long way in the light heavyweight division. So shout out to him. Glad to see him get the win. Like I said, I felt dirty about that bet. But hey, it was the right side, apparently. He wasn't really knocked out. Thought stoppage early. I agree. Danilo is one-dimensional to say the least, man. 10 straight shots to the dome. It means the ref stops the fight, apparently. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think 4 bets hit in a row at that point. So I'm rolling. I'm feeling good. I'm up a decent amount. And I think heading into the main card up, and if I feel good. Yeah, Yancy Chen is good. Kennedy is on my live bet list. Yeah, somebody want to bet live for sure. Schaff got easy money, 100%. Body language said it all. Started round 3. I'm surprised his cardio even looked like as good as it did. But yeah, he was done by round 3. He was done. Completely mentally shot. He's not great. I know he's had 2 wins. Mike Rodriguez, who has no ground game, and Khadis Ibrahimov. But this guy, I just don't see him winning a lot of fights at all. He's 35 years old. He has no cardio. He has no striking. He has no chin. I don't know. I don't think he's good. But yeah. Kennedy said he was sick all week. Okay. Interesting. Kennedy was my cash cow, so I can't hate. Hey, yeah. I mean, hit the bet there for sure. Are you doing stat diggers with Uncle Weezy today? No stat diggers tonight, sadly, but we will be back next Sunday. No card next week. So we do have a week off, but we will be getting out some early content throughout the week. All right, so that happened. And next we have a very fun fight. Juanito Moicano going against Jai Herbert. And Moicano gets it done. It took a little bit longer than I expected or really wanted it to get or take, but he was able to get it done. So I did have a violence bet here. I had the under 2.5 minus 125, 1.25 units on it, and it needed some violence. I did not care who won, but I did expect Moicano to get him down at some point and find the sub. And he was able to, he looked good. Moicano looked very good. He did what he needed to do. 5 takedowns, and it's something you love to see because you take a look through, the career of Moicano, and he's never ever landed 5 takedowns in his career. Let's see, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 takedowns in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fights, and he gets 5 there. So he fought smart. He got the job done. Got in a mount several times. He looked dominant. And this was one of those fights where it was just the levels of competition thing. Like Jai Herbert, he's somebody that, got knocked out by Trinaldo. Looked good in that fight, but got knocked out. He got knocked out by Reese McKee. And you have Moicano, who's fighting Rafael Fiziev. He's fighting the Korean Zombie, Jose Aldo, Cub Swanson, Kelvin Cater. Like, there is a huge gap in skill. And this is one of the fights I said all week. Like, this, he could hindsight look minus 500 here. It's just the chin, the cardio, that kind of makes you not really want to put your money on the guy. But so instead, I did choose the violent side. And it definitely worked out. I was getting worried because, man, he was taking forever to finish this guy. I thought it'd be 1 takedown and it'd be over, but no. It took him a couple rounds, 2 rounds, late second round, but he got it done. So, yeah, I think that's like 5 bets hit in a row. So rolling, feeling good, have a couple bets left, up a couple units so far. But, yeah, that was a nice one to hit. Jamal Hill versus Danilo Marquez. Oh, man, I don't know. I do not know. Jamal Hill should win that fight, but I don't know. Moicano, as we have all had points in life, fell in love with the box, and glad he got that and grappled. Yep. Fought smart, man. Guru had Herbert total mismatch. Herbert is easy to take down. I don't know which Guru you're referring to, but yeah, maybe he was thinking like Moicano's chin is not great. Maybe Herbert could have landed a shot, but Moicano did fight smart, so that did not happen. I don't think Danilo Marquez is, he does not. What is up, Chris? Saying Kyle Busch dub. There you go. Shout out to Kyle Busch. Nailed my comment by sub. Just 1 round off. Yeah. Had Moicano round 1 sub. I thought he'd get him out of there earlier, but he got it done regardless. Yes, he was. He looked really good. Timmy's in the 3rd round looked hurt. He didn't throw much at all. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Kennedy versus Hill. That'd be a good, decent fight, but yeah, I think Hill would probably destroy him. Danilo versus OSP. Oh my goodness, it's probably going to be the worst fight in MMA history. All right, so let's see what we have here. Tim Means going against Nicholas Dalby, and yeah, I'll be honest, like, I didn't know how Nicholas Dalby would win this fight. He doesn't have any knockouts in the UFC. Only has a 53% finish rate. Means his chin's not great, but he's only been knocked out like 2 or 3 times in his career. Like a 44 fight sample. Dalby, a lot of people thought he might wrestle, but you take a look at it, and it's just not something he's been doing as of late. Dalby has 1 takedown in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. So I figured it'd stay standing the entire time. And, Means was able to get it done. So I hit another bet there. Take a look at it round by round. Means 15 to 11 significant strikes in the first round. 29-24. Means also had a minute and 45 seconds in that second round of control. 8 minutes of control time as a whole, which that did surprise me. So really nice to see Means come out there with a good game plan. And then round 3 was a clear Dalby round there. Looked like it did hurt Means at some point. But yeah, I mean, Means was able to stuff all Dalby's takedowns, 0 for 4 in Dalby. Means was able to get a nice takedown, control time. Means looked good. Means looked really good. So I was able to hit that bet. Felt really good. The line movement on that one was weird. Like Means got down to like -120 for some reason. And I just did not get it. But yeah, Dalby actually outlanded Means, which is surprising. So we'll take a look at the scorecards here. I had it a clear 29-28 Means. Don't think it's very arguable there. Yeah, 29-28 across all 3 judges. And looks like everybody had it 29-28 Means. I think it's as clear as can be. Means got the job done outside of a robbery. Just didn't see Nicholas Dalby getting that win there. So that was sweet. Was pretty high on Means. And he was able to get it done. He looked good. He looked good for the first 2 rounds. But yeah. Third round, Dalby needed to show up a round earlier. Yep. But I think Means did slow down a little bit. Predicted Means by decision, then faded this fight entirely. Yep, I had Means by decision as well. I think Uncle Weezy bet Means by decision plus 180. It was a good look there. I took him straight just in case he did knock out Dalby, but Dalby's never been knocked out. Dalby's complete trash IQ. Round 3 breaks the dude's face and tries to play big hugs with the guy that just out-grappled him for 2 rounds. Yep, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, Dalby doesn't have the sense God gave Grease. Don't know what that means. But, yeah. Fight was a complete mismatch with Moicano and Herbert. Yeah, it was. Dalby is the biggest bum in the UFC. Cut that bum. Wow. I don't know about that. But I do think Dalby is a little bit overrated. Yep, the Dirty Bird got it done. Woke up with me to sleep. He made that main event boring. Yeah, it was a very more boring main event for sure. We'll talk about it. But yeah, so at that point, I think I hit like 6 or 7 bets in a row. So I'm cruising. Slow start to the card. I think I started out like 0 for 4 on bets, but then hit the next 7. So up a decent amount going into this next fight with Feely and Pineda, which sucks because man, I had the under 2.5, got it at plus 120. I love that. I love that play, and it was certainly looking like it was going to finish very, very soon. But of course, happens. It seems like every card nowadays, the accidental eye poke, no contest. Yeah, Feely was looking good in that first round. He was looking really good. He hurt Pineda bad several times. Pineda's very, very tough, but I did not think he was going to be able to take much more damage. And I did think that the fight was going to finish within the next couple minutes. So that sucks. That was a good bet, but yeah, no contest due to that eye poke. But yeah, Feely did outland Pineda 29-10 in that first round. Pineda just did not look good, and Feely looked amazing. Feely looked phenomenal. Sucks that he doesn't get that win. And, Pineda was still trying to fight. He was saying he could see when he could not. He was saying that he wanted to fight, and it's just one of those things where it just sucks. It just sucks. So that was free money, gone. Really like that bet, plus 120. That'd have been nice, but it happens. Yeah, got me earlier this month with Mason Jones as well. So yeah, those eye pokes have been screwing me. So of course we had to get at least one. Had to get at least one, and it was that fight. So yeah, Feely looked good. It sucks that he's not going to win. He looked phenomenal, but man, it just sucks. They need to do something about it, man. It's getting old. It's getting old. Got saved with the no contest on this one. Oh yeah, Pineda. Yeah, you did get saved. You did get saved for sure. This fight match hurt my one single bet. If I ended the right way, I would have had a bit more of a profitable night, but still did good. Yeah, Pineda just, man, did not look great. Dalby Perry at the Feely second round, that probably was going to hit. I thought he could have finished him in that first as well. This fight being a DQ neutralized a parlay hitting good. Yeah, no contest there. I had a baby this weekend, bro. First child, so missed everything. Well, congrats on your baby. You can go back and watch the card. It was a good one. There you go. Yeah, I predicted a third round finish and did not bet it myself. So yeah, nice hit there for sure. At least Volkov didn't rob our fight going the distance. Yep, 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 yep. All right, so yeah, that sucks. So next we have another fight, and I guess this got fight of the night. I personally would have had Medeiros Demir, but yeah, this fight was good. This fight was good, and there it was some controversy in this fight whether the second round was a 10-8 or not. So curious to get your guys' thoughts on this. Went back and watched it. I personally did score that second round a 10-8, and it was a very close competitive round. In the first couple minutes with Valiev looking good, winning that round, and then Barcelos hurts him, drops him bad, almost finishes him. Valiev gets up and then drops him bad again, and then so close to finishing him. Like the ref was looking very hard, and I thought like if Barcelos would have kept punching for like another 2 seconds, the fight would have been stopped. But he kind of he stopped punching him. He stopped punching him. I thought he should have let his hands go just a little bit more, and I thought the ref was going to step in and stop the fight. He was looking very close. So Barcelos almost gets that finish. I had it at 10-8. Saw lots of 10-9s. I'm curious to see what the media had as well. But yeah, clear round one for Valiev. Just doing more, just doing something. Barcelos, I was very kind of disappointed with the lack of volume, because typically this is somebody with a ton of volume. He lands just over 5 significant strikes per minute, but he only landed 12 in that first round, attempted only 26. Valiev to double that. Yeah, you're going to win or you're going to lose fights if you do that, more often than not, unless you do get that finish. And he almost did, but third round, another clear Valiev win, and it's just crazy, man, to see him win that third round after, getting knocked out twice, basically. So, yeah, I was planning on parlaying Barcelos with Shavkat, ended up not doing that. I hate parlays, man. I don't like parlays anymore. I did have Barcelos in a Hail Mary, which I think 5 out of the 6 legs hit. So I needed Barcelos to win to hit that Hail Mary, so that sucked. Even like a draw would have been fine, which I kind of scored a draw myself. But yeah, I'm glad I did not parlay Barcelos. But even then, like I did think this should have been a draw. Should have probably been a draw. But yeah, Valiev gets it done. I do want to see these scorecards though. So Bell actually did have it a draw. I do agree with that. And then 29-28 for Valiev on the other two scorecards. And it looks like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 had it a draw. The rest have it 29-28 Valiev. And then somebody had it 29-28 for Barcelos. Okay, yeah. I scored it a draw. I thought, the 2 knockdowns were enough for a draw. He was so close to finishing the fight. So close, like a couple more seconds. But yeah. Valiev shut down Barcelos' offense and ruined my parlay. Yeah, I bet he did bust a lot of parlays for sure. He was one of the 2 dogs that did win last night. I wish Barcelos was more aggressive in the third. He could have finished, or maybe more leg kicks. Yeah, I wish he was more aggressive in general. I think I was a little bit too high on Barcelos, me as well, but I know he looked off. Never seen Barcelos that low volume. How many takedowns did he attempt? I really did think he'd have a lot of success with the takedowns, but he didn't attempt much. No takedown attempts. No, and see that's not good. No takedown attempts against Valiev, who I've seen him taken down a million times. So yeah, I mean, maybe he was sick, maybe he had a bad weight cut, maybe he was hurt, because Barcelos is somebody that typically has high volume, and he does get a lot of takedowns. So he does land about 2 takedowns per 50 minutes. Wasn't over 2 until this fight. Does land still after that fight, 5.39 significant strikes per minute. So yeah, the volume wasn't there. I don't think the game plan was there. I totally disagree with the game plan of doing nothing. That's not a smart game plan. So you got to think like maybe something was wrong with this guy. But yeah, he's 34 years old. He's turning, so he just turned 34 years old. So I don't know. Curious to see what they do with Barcelos next. But yeah, it just did not look like Barcelos showed up at all. Got to rewatch it, but I live scored it 29-28 for Tamir. Yeah, he could argue 29-28. I think it's very close, but yeah, the 2 knockdowns almost got him out of there. Thank you for helping me realize to quit parlays. I need to put more money on the line and take downs off the wins and losses that way. Yeah, I mean parlays they're fun. I do like a Hail Mary parlay each week, but I don't put like any like serious money on it like my straight bets or props. I thought it was 20 on 28 Valley because Valley probably edging on the round. Yep, I agree. He was edging that round, but man, he was so close to finishing. Yeah, Figueiredo also seemed off. He did. Yeah, maybe he was sick. Maybe he was taking lessons from Figgy. I don't know. But he just did not look. He did not look like himself, which was weird. But good fight. I guess it got fight of the night, which I kind of disagree with. I mean, I had Medeiros Hadzovic, but yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Probably would have been my second choice for sure. All right. So getting into the next fight here, and we have Tanner Boser versus OSP. Another fight with a little bit of controversy. And I did pick Boser. I did pick Boser by decision. Was really tempted by the knockout prop, but you kind of look through Boser's record and not much of a knockout guy. OSP, he has only been knocked out, I think, like 2 or 3 times. And I don't know. I thought Boser would win by decision, but no, he knocks out OSP. Knocks him out. Was looking really hard at the under. I think the under was like plus 125. Ended up passing there. But yeah, Boser, he looked good. Speaking of not showing up, OSP did not show up, especially in that first round where he got outlanded massively, 25-8 in that first round. But the second round, OSP actually went for a takedown and got it. He got it. He had success. That's kind of what you expected OSP should probably do in that fight, and he did it. So that was nice to see him go to that game plan. But Boser was able to get up, and people are talking about potential fence grab. You go back and watch it. He didn't actually grab the fence. He used his knuckles. Very weird situation. But regardless, he was able to get up, and then he finished OSP with a nice knee. So yeah, Boser got it done. He was on a 2 or 3 fight skid. I think a 3 fight skid. Or 2. He was on a 2 fight skid. Latifi and Arlovsky in fights that he probably could have won those. He was able to get a win. So good for Boser. OSP, man, did he look terrible. He looked bad. OSP, like 38 years old now. I don't know. He did not look good. But yeah, I guess OSP is talking about potentially trying to get the win for Boser overturned because of the potential fence grab. But I don't see that happening. I think Boser won fair and square. But yeah, he looked good. Tanner with a slim down mullet and sneaky fingers for the dub. Yep, very sneaky fingers. I took OSP here. I had him sub round 1, 2, or sub round 2. Got excited when he took him down. Yeah, I bet. Tanner Boser saves the summer. He does. I hit this one perfectly on Tapology. Nice second round knockout. There you go. Cut both of these by. I wouldn't say Boser's a bum. You said, though, Boser was going to try to finish, and I didn't believe it. Imagine how dumb I felt. Yeah, he definitely tried to finish, and he did it. OSP versus Olenek, I guess, man. I guess. We could, yeah. Well, let's do it. Boser versus Olenek. Boser versus Gustafsson. I don't know about that. OSP fighting Jake Paul. There we go. All right. So now getting into the main event, just want to remind you guys, going to be getting out some content throughout the week, doing a main event breakdown for Poirier and McGregor, and then doing a co-main event breakdown for Burns Thompson. If there's another fight you guys want me to break down with Wheezy, let me know. I'll kind of take a quick peek at the next week's card when we get down here, but those were the 2 fights that really stuck out to me that I really want to dig deep in and break down. All right, so we have the main event. Terrible fight. Wasn't entertaining, but you got to give props to Cyril Gane. It looked really good. And he's definitely the real deal. No question about it. I was kind of shocked with, Volkov. His volume wasn't all there. I think it was mostly because, Gane was giving a lot of problems. I was kind of shocked that Volkov wasn't pressuring as much as I'd like him to. It looked like Gane was the one doing the pressuring, but we take a look at the strikes, which were competitive. 135 for Gane, and then 115 for Volkov. It was one of those fights where it was a close competitive fight. It's just you could clearly tell who was winning the fight. Volkov does outland Gane 25-16. Gon does outland Volkov 24-22 in that second round. I thought, Volkov won the first round. I thought round 2 was close. I did give it to Gon. Round 3, clear Gon 42-23. Round 4, Gon 29-21. Round 5, 24-24. Another close round. But I personally did give 4 rounds to Gon. Round 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thought that maybe, could have taken a point for an eye poke. There were a couple warnings there, but clear Gon win. I did have a bet on Volkov plus 152. Kind of a spot where I did think the line was a little bit off. I did think it would be a close competitive fight. There were question marks about Gon. This is going to be his toughest test to date, and he definitely passed all those question marks. He definitely is the real deal. The speed really gave problems to Volkov. The movement gave a lot of problems to Volkov. Did not love the the volume of Volkov, and did not like. I thought he should pressure more as well. I thought he should really pressure Gon. Make him uncomfortable, but he didn't really do any of that. So kind of just, plodding forward the whole fight, allowing Gon to, land shots and ultimately win that fight there. But yeah, good competitive fight, but with a clear winner. With a clear winner, I don't think it's really debatable there. But yeah, Gon 0 for 4 takedowns. At least I was right about that. I did say that Gon's not going to take him down. So that was nice to see. But yeah, Gon, another decision win. Take a look through Gon's record. Only 1 knockout win over JDS, elbow to the back of the head, but he's winning fights, and all that matters. I know that people don't like when guys go out there and fight like Gon does, fight to a good game plan, win fights like that. People don't like that, although Gon's like really, really hyped up, and for a really good reason. But I like guys like that. I like guys that fight to a game plan. So next, we'll probably see Gon versus maybe Ngannou. People are talking about Gon versus Stipe. I mean, Gon versus Lewis. I don't know who he has next, but I'll tell you what. Whoever he does fight next, whether it is Stipe, Ngannou, Lewis, etc. Probably gonna take Gon. Like if he fought Ngannou, Gon's going to have a massive speed advantage. He's going to have a massive volume advantage. Of course, Ngannou has that power, but if Ngannou cannot find that bomb, which, hey, he could, Gon runs away with a 5-round decision. So, and I think that line opened up already, and I think Ngannou is like minus 190. But yeah, it makes sense. But I do think that'd be a really good fight. I do want to see that. But yeah, Gon got it done. I did have 1 unit on Volkov plus 152, but I also had 1 unit on Fight Goes the Distance plus 100. So broke even there. Nothing hurt. Ended up finishing the night up 3.34 units. Good night. Ended the month of June well, like I wanted to. And it was a flawless June. It was a pretty much flawless June outside of one thing. And it was the Mason Jones fiasco where Alan Patrick quit. Other than that, like it was a good June. I think finished up, I want to say like 5.5, 6 units on the month. Would have been closer to 8 or 9 if Mason Jones would have got that win. Can't complain. So close the month with some momentum going to next month. Feels good to get a win before we get the week off. That feels good always. And on a 3-fight winning streak. So hopefully keep it up going into 264. But yeah, no complaints. No complaints at all. I'm probably the only one here that has not watched the main event. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going back and watching it. I just had a feeling no way Volk would beat Gon. And my feeling is justified now. I'll watch the fight later when I have more time. Yeah, like I said, I would not recommend watching the fight. It was pretty boring, to be honest. But shout out to Gon for getting it done. The fight literally put me to sleep. You should do a deep dive on the best prelim, Nico Price versus Michelle Pereira. Yeah, that fight is going to be good. O'Malley Smolka, Tuivasa Hardy. Okay, those are some we can look into for sure. It was a lot better than watching 2 sweaty fat guys breathing heavy. Yep, that's true, I guess. Let's see here. Patrick absolutely quit. He could see. Yeah, he could see. His eye was wide open. So that was the only thing that my only complaint of the month was that Patrick loss. Wheezy in the chat. What's up, Wheezy? Volkov did not show up. Gon looks solid. Yeah, didn't quite agree with the game plan of Volkov. He did look a little bit off himself, but yeah, not taking away anything from Gon. But yeah, Volkov. Disagree with this game plan of just standing there. Honda says everyone, yes, he does. But Volkov's different. Volkov's different than the other guys he's been beating. Volkov, he has volume, he has cardio. Two things that a lot of heavyweights don't have: volume and cardio. In a ground game as well. Lewis versus Gon. I have Gon all day. Gon all day there. Gon beat Rosenstruck and Volkov, and now all of a sudden he is elite. He's good, man. He's good. I said it before the fight. Yes, I bet Volkov, but Gon's absolutely the real deal. Absolutely the real deal. The main event was really fun. Unless you have money on Volkov, no, it's not that. I mean, it just wasn't great. Then you probably had money on Gon, But yeah, I think Gon can be quick enough not to be caught. Flush, my big friend, he might eat some crap, but I think he can avoid most of it. Yeah, I think so as well. Tyrrell is the new heavyweight breed. Fast, durable, smart, well-rounded. Yep, I like it. Volkov was clearly outclassed, but yeah, not a good game plan. Yes, he was outclassed for sure. Thoughts on Conor versus Dustin does not go to decision. Well, it's probably like minus 400. All right, so we do have like 4 minutes. I will take a quick peek at next week's card, or like 2 weeks now. See what we got. Yeah. So yeah, main event breakdown coming out. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday. Me and Uncle Weezy going to take a deep dive there. Co-main event, Gilbert Burns Thompson going to deep dive on that one as well. The main card's solid. I wish I would take that Aldana Kunin Sakaya fight off. Nobody wants to see Yana there. But yeah, O'Malley, Smolka to open up the main card. They want to get O'Malley a nice win here against Smolka, who's not that great. Although Smolka did cash a bet for me his last fight, but O'Malley should win there. Tuivasa Hardy. They do really want to promote Greg Hardy. Tai Tuivasa has been looking good. I think that's a good fight. Griffin Condit, Nico Price Pereira. Good fight there. Very good fight there. Driscus Duplessis going against Trevin Giles. Good fight. The return of Ryan Hall versus Elia Taporia. Taporia, another guy you got to watch out for. This guy's 24 years old. He's the real deal. He's absolutely the real deal. Maya Akhmadov, Tavares, Zagazumagula versus Jerome Rivera. Jerome Rivera, who could potentially be one of the worst, if not the worst fighter in the UFC currently. Amadowski, who? Yao Zong, who? 3-2. 3-2. Yeah, so we'll definitely do stat diggers next week, and we'll dig through these stats on some of these fights. It's a solid card. Not terrible. 14 fights. Not horrible. Not horrible. But yeah. Volume and cardio seem useless when everyone has the power to knock out a horse. It's definitely true. Definitely true. Gon is going to flying knee a gassed out Francis into the shadow right now. Gon's not knocking out anybody. But I do think he could decision in Gon. No distance, Poirier. Yep, I agree. Tai Tuivasa. Probably agree. Sugar, I agree. And Nico fight, I agree. Yeah. Maybe some violence bets. Been killing the violence lately, so maybe some more violence bets. Yeah, but maybe like the alternate under on the McGregor fight could be something to look at, like the under 2.5. I wouldn't do the under 1.5, but like the under 2.5, the under 3.5 could be something to look at. Lots of great fights. Price is such a risky bet. Yes, he definitely is. I have no clue who he is. No clue who the guy is. I did look through his record a little bit. Don't recognize this guy. Who did he fight last? He fought what's his name? Fought a while ago. 2018, long layoff. So his wins are against an 0-1 guy, an 0-0 guy, and a 2-3 guy. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, that should be a fun fight, I guess. You train UFC, there you go. Ryan Hall is joining the Shadow Realm, I think so as well. I want to parlay Taporia in a 2-piece, but the fact that he knees and legs and Hall snaps those has me scared. Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised if Hall did submit Taporia. Taporia is a legit black belt, but hey, it's Ryan Hall. It's Ryan Hall. But yeah, man, Ryan Hall is like 35 or 36 at this point. Ty versus Hardy, either goes the distance or ends in controversy. Could. What is up, Hype MMA with the 9 cent dono? Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Hall is a bum. Couldn't sub Artem. What makes you think he can sub Taporia, a future champ? Never been more sure of anything in my life. Yeah, I think Taporia does get it done. There. All right. So I'm about to head out. Again, if you guys can leave a like on the video, always does help out a ton. Also, subscribe to the channel. It would be much, much appreciated. Thank you for hanging out, as always, on a Sunday. No stat diggers once again this week, but we will be back next week on Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday. And yeah, good night last night. Good night of fights. And yeah, thanks for hanging out again, guys. Appreciate that, Dirty Reg. Appreciate that, Dan. Good luck in a couple weeks, man. Take a little break here. No break for me. I'm going to start, taping pretty soon here, but hopefully some spots stick out. See you later, man. Good night. Good night to you as well. See you, Melon. See you, Sean. All right, guys. See you later. Peace.